Hello, I'm Tom, and in this video I will solve the orange colored puzzles of the RIP game. Let's start. Oh yeah, we have a new color, mixed colors actually now. As you can see, we have two red tiles and one orange tile. Now, orange is an extension. It complies with yellow and red tile, red clues, red and yellow clues, because both colors are contained in here. So if we select this one, like this part here can't be red because it wouldn't comply with this clue. So it has to be orange, because orange is red and yellow. It contains red and yellow. Okay. So the remaining two squares have to be red, according to this clue. And here we need three tiles that contain red. You already see one is orange because orange contains red. So the remaining parts, like we only have yellow and red, we don't orange. We don't have red pieces, so these two pieces have to be orange, and the yellow tile has to be here. Now, if we look at this puzzle, we can see three tiles with clues, and the thing to notice is that the neighboring pieces of each of these three clue tiles are the same. This tile has these two neighbors, this tile has these three neighbors, and this tile has these two neighbors. So these three neighbors, all of them need to contain yellow according to this clue, and these two tiles and these two tiles need to contain red according to this clue. So red and yellow equals orange, and we have exactly three orange parts for this puzzle. So one is here, one is there, and one is there. Now we have to look at the remaining clues. We need red, red, and yellow here, which means the remaining yellow piece has to go up here. So from that we know that here we have one yellow neighbor there already, and those two yellow neighbors have to be here and here. Red neighbors have to be here and here. Which leaves us only with one yellow neighbor, which is here. Well, that was quick. Let's see what the next puzzle brings. Oh yes, this one. Here, well, we basically start by looking at this clue. We have, how many neighbors to this piece do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each of these 6 neighboring pieces has to contain red. It doesn't have to be red, but it has to contain red. If we look at the outside clue, we have 6 tiles that contain red. 4 red ones and 2 orange ones. Which means the remaining yellow pieces can only go here and here, because like the other pieces are used up for these tiles. So yellow is here and here, and that gives us a new clue. We have yellow, 2 yellow pieces somewhere here. Now we don't have yellow anymore, but we have orange. So these 2 orange pieces have to be in 2 of these 3 pieces here. And that in turn means that the remaining 3 pieces, this one, and this one, have to be red. 1, 2, and 3. And we get an extra clue. We need orange as a neighbor to this piece. We have red and yellow already, so the orange piece has to be down here. And there we get another clue. We need 2 red pieces, which would be here already, and 4 yellow pieces. One is here, one is there, one is there. The remaining one has to be here, and it can't be yellow, it has to be orange. So we can mark this as orange, and the remaining piece is red according to the outside clue here. Puzzle number 3. We can start this by looking at the orange pieces. Actually, let's look at these 2 clues. Let's start with the red one. The red one has 3 neighbors. This one, and this one, right? So these 3 tiles have to contain red. If we look at this clue, we again have 3 neighbors. This one, and this one. So these 3 tiles have to contain yellow. And the overlapping tile here has to contain red according to this clue and yellow according to this clue. So it has to be orange. Now that we only have 2 orange pieces left, we can look at these 2 clues, because we need 2 orange neighbors here in one of these 4 tiles, and 2 orange neighbors in one of these in 2 of these 4 tiles. So we can only put orange into these 2 tiles because they overlap as neighbors to both clues here, right? So this one has to be orange and this one has to be orange to comply with these 2 clues. Now all the orange pieces are gone, and we can look at this clue, for instance, here. We need 3 red ones and 1 yellow one in these 4 pieces. Those are the only 4 pieces that remain as neighbors to this piece. So that means the remaining 2 pieces, the remaining 2 yellow pieces, have to be up here and here. We can also deduce for this piece here that it has to be yellow, because we need 3 yellow neighbors. We have 2 orange ones already, and there is only 1 yellow neighbor left. This has to be here, the yellow one. And here we need a red neighbor. According to this clue, we have 2 orange ones and only 1 neighbor left. This one has to be red, and we have 2 red pieces left, so they have to be here and here. This puzzle, again, can only be solved by hypothetical reasoning in the beginning, and it is by looking at, I think, the red, like the potential places for red tiles here. And we do that the following way. We look at this clue first. We have 1 red tile here already, which means that these 2 tiles have to contain yellow. This one and this one has to contain yellow according to this clue. These 2 have yellow. So they can be yellow or orange, these 2 tiles. If we look at this clue, we have 1 red tile here already, so these 2 tiles also have to contain yellow. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles already that need to contain yellow. And if we look at this clue, we need 3 yellow containing tiles. 1 is here, 1 is here, 1 is here. We already had these 4 with yellow, so these 2 also have to be yellow. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles that have to contain yellow. These 3 and these 3. And we have exactly 6 potential tiles with yellow, so the remaining tiles have to be red. 1 red tile is here, and 1 red tile has to be here. That gives us another clue. And is that actually helpful yet? Yes. We have here a yellow tile, so we need 2 more red tiles, but we don't have red anymore. We only have orange, so the 2 neighboring tiles here have to be orange. Here we have the same, 1 yellow tile already, according to this clue, 1 red tile according to this clue. We need 1 more red tile, which can only be orange, so this part has to be orange. And we can now look at this clue here. We have 3 red tiles as neighbors, 2 are there already, 1 is remaining. It also has to be orange, because we don't have red. So we have 2 yellow pieces left. 1 is here and 1 is here. This puzzle looks more difficult than it is actually, I think. We can start by looking at this clue here. We need 1 yellow neighbor, so this piece is yellow already. So these 2 pieces have to contain red. They can be either red or orange. If we look at this clue, we have 1 red piece here already, so these 2 neighboring pieces have to contain yellow. So according to this clue, these 2 pieces have to contain yellow, and according to this clue, these 2 pieces have to contain red. They can only be orange. And let's finish. No, we can't finish that yet. And now we look at this clue here. We have 1 yellow neighbor there already, 1 red neighbor here contained in the orange. So this piece has to contain red. It can be red or orange. But if we look at this clue, we have 1 red neighbor here already, 1 yellow neighbor here, actually it's yeah, this is red and the yellow neighbor is here, so this piece has to comply with the last yellow clue here. So according to this clue, this piece has to contain yellow, and according to this clue, this piece has to contain red, so it also has to be orange. Now that all the orange pieces are gone, we can look at these 2 clues here. Here we have one red neighbor already, and we need a yellow neighbor here thus. And here we have a yellow neighbor already, so that means we need a red neighbor here. And now we can look at this clue here in the center frame. We have 4 neighboring pieces that are colored already, these 2 red ones and these 2 yellow ones. So these 4 clues are already sort of gone. And we have 4 more neighboring parts inside here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And we need 4 more red ones, so these pieces have to be red, which leaves us with 1 yellow one in the center. Let's move on to this puzzle. Yeah, this one is more complicated and needs more hypothetical thinking. Let's look at this clue first. We need 2 red neighbors, and we have 2 neighboring pieces, so both of these pieces have to contain red. Also down here we need 2 red neighbors. We have 2 neighbors, so these 2 pieces also have to contain red. So these 4 pieces have to contain red. But according to this clue, one of these 2 pieces has to contain also yellow. So one of these pieces has to be orange, and that's the only orange that we have on the board. Yeah, this is important to remember for the coming conclusions, that orange is either here or here. The other 3 parts are red. Those 2 are red. We can mark them already. One of these 2 is red and one of these 2 is orange, but we don't yet know which one is which. Okay, so now let's look at this clue. We need 2 red neighbors and 1 yellow neighbor. It can be here, here, and here. We have 3 neighbors. 2 red ones, 1 yellow one. Now if we look at this clue, we have 4 color clues here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 neighboring pieces. So that means in these 4 pieces we can only have 1 red color, right? And in these, like the remaining ones have to be let's look at these 2 pieces now. Yeah, according to this clue, they are red and yellow. They can't be, like, they could be yellow and yellow according to this clue, but according to this clue they cannot be yellow and yellow, because we have only 1 yellow possible color in each of these tiles. And they can also not be red and red. According to this clue, they could be red and red, but according to this clue they cannot be red and red. There's only 1 potential red color in here. So these 2 tiles have to be red and yellow. We don't yet know where the colors are, but we know since this one is red and this one is yellow, the remaining red piece has to be here. And because this is red and yellow, the remaining 2 yellow pieces have to be here and here. Yellow and yellow. So now we only have 1 yellow piece left. We also have 1 orange piece left. But here, as you can see in this clue, we need 1 orange piece, that's here or here, and 1 yellow piece. Now the yellow piece is not in here, obviously. It can't be here because we have orange and red in here. Yeah, so the yellow piece has to be in here. Yeah. And that means that the red pieces from these 2 clues, the 1 remaining red piece from this clue and from this clue, has to be in there. Remember, we needed red and yellow in these 2 pieces. Okay. Now we can look at this clue. We need 2 red pieces. 1 is here, 1 is here. We need 2 yellow pieces. 1 is here, so we need 1 yellow piece down here also, but we have only orange left. So now we know that this one is the orange piece of these 2. This one is the red piece. According to this clue, well, we only have 2 red pieces left, so we can finish the puzzle like this. And that brings us to the final puzzle of the orange section. And this one always confuses me. I hope I can get through this one now quite quickly. First of all, let's look at this clue. We have 4 neighboring pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need 4 yellow pieces. So like all these 4 pieces have to contain yellow. this clue piece also needs 4 colors of red. Like it the 4 pieces, the 4 neighbors, 1, 2, 3, 4, need to contain red. So the overlapping or pieces are this one. This piece is a neighbor to the red clue and the yellow clue field, so this one has to be orange. This piece also touches the yellow clue field and the red clue field, so this one also has to be orange. Now we get another orange clue here, which means the orange field has to be somewhere here, right? It has to be in one of these 4 parts, which means it can't be here. But according to this clue, this piece has to be yellow, or it has to contain yellow. Since it can't be orange according to this clue, we need yellow in here. And again we get another clue, orange and yellow. So let's assume the orange field was this one. We have 2 neighbors and 2 clues. Orange was this one. This one would have to be a yellow field, and would have to contain yellow. It couldn't be yellow though. It can't be yellow itself, because if this was yellow, it would how do you say, interfere with this clue. We need a red containing color here, so either red or orange in this one. We need red or orange in here according to this clue. So we need yellow or orange according to this clue. So this one has to be orange, and that's actually working because the yellow color is already contained in this orange color here. Yeah, so this one can be orange. So well, actually the yellow is also in this color. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. So now we are left with this tile here. That is one neighboring tile to this yellow clue tile here. So we need a yellow color in here, and we only have yellow left. So this one has to be yellow, and these down here have to be red. And that's that. Thanks again for watching me solving the orange colored puzzles of the RIP game. I hope you had fun watching this video, and I hope to see you again in my next video, when I will solve the green colored puzzles of RIP. Thanks again. Bye.